Have you heard? A top-tier supercar appeared in our Havenwood 2 days ago, a Bugatti Veyron. I don't know which rich kid drove it out, so majestic. I heard it was a rich young lady driving it. She's been selling black stockings everywhere these 2 days. I heard it's $20 a pair, and she even went to the Golden Flower wholesale market to sell them. TSK, those disgusting men really have no integrity. If it were me, I'd directly buy a whole basket. What? It was near Golden Flower a few days ago? Wow. I passed by there before, perfectly missed it, damn. Hearing these sounds, Alex woke up laughing. They would never guess, even if they were beaten to death, that this Bugatti Veyron belonged to me. And, as for the maid selling black stockings, it was just a money-making scheme of ours. He had told Isabella about me driving the Bugatti before, but that person missed it that day. How disgusting. But luckily, school started today. Every 3 seconds, Alex couldn't help but look out the classroom door, hoping I could come to class soon. Just my looks alone would be enough to blind this group of people who were always being passive-aggressive. Clack, clack. Isabella Vance walked into the classroom wearing a JK uniform. The white shirt paired with a short plaid skirt looked lively and cute, her innocent curves delicately outlined. Her long, slender legs wore transparent white stockings, paired with black leather boots, looking very pure and lovely. It was just that the dark circles under her eyes were obvious, looking a bit haggard. It seemed she didn't rest well last night. Chloe Hansen beside her reminded unhappily, Yao, is Ethan Cole really going to ignore you from now on? This shouldn't be the case. Is he possessed? There's no way he could really leave you. Isabella pursed her lips, her mood also not very good, but she didn't show a bad expression in front of others. Ethan Cole, he's probably not in a good mood lately. Speaking of this, Chloe Hansen, who was already full of resentment, flared up. She brought up the matter of me secretly scolding her before. Others who heard the commotion here also rushed over to gossip. Siding with this beautiful campus queen. ABA, but honestly, pursuing someone also has a threshold. Just being nice to them is useless. You can't let the campus queen follow him and eat cheap soy milk and fried dough sticks in the future, right? Exactly, if Isabella Vance really agreed to his confession, it would be a fresh flower stuck in cow dung. Ha, you guys stop talking. After all, we were classmates for a while. Let's just say it to his face when he comes. Lest he doesn't understand and is overconfident, thinking he's irresistible. Hearing what everyone said, Alex couldn't help but retort angrily, so what if he confessed? Isn't it normal to confess to someone you like? Isabella Vance, you're really shameless, always saying you consider Ethan Cole a friend. As a result, you let everyone mock him like this? Did you really forget where your daily breakfast came from, forget where your new clothes came from, and also forget where your friends' check-in photos at internet-famous restaurants came from? Don't say he did it voluntarily. You actively asked for all these things. Alright, now you can't even reach Ethan Cole anymore, you materialistic girl, I despise you. Hearing the 4 words can't even reach, almost in an instant, the whole class burst out laughing. Isabella Vance was the beautiful flower on a high mountain peak, and Ethan Cole. Alright then. Could he make the campus queen unreachable? Isabella also frowned. Alex Baker, I understand you're Ethan Cole's good friend, but respect has to be earned by oneself, not by relying on others' charity, or by you making it up. After she finished speaking, she gave Alex a look that seemed mature and regretful, then returned to her seat. Alex was about to have a cerebral hemorrhage. Oh my God. Ethan, hurry up and come. I beg you, hurry up and show off. Slap them hard. Wow. Just then, exclamations of surprise came from outside the classroom from many students. Damn. Lamborghini? Am I seeing things? And it's an Aventador. Oh my God, this car seems to be $8 or $9 million. The car is so handsome, which rich kid is going to school? I remember our Havenwood doesn't have this level of supercar. Young Master Lin from the philosophy department seems to only drive a Ferrari worth about $1 million? Where? The school parking lot? Damn, I forgot my phone in the dorm, damn. Otherwise, I'd run over to take a picture with it now. How disgusting. Hearing these sounds, the classmates were also attracted. They couldn't help but stand up, leave the classroom and go out to the corridor, leaning on the railing to look down at the parking lot. This Lamborghini parked in the parking lot was indeed very handsome. Its lines were sharp, noble, and exquisite. The paint was diamond-encrusted pure black. The sunlight shone on it, creating sparkling rays, looking dazzling and mesmerizing. Even the multi-million-dollar BMW parked next to it was ignored, looking like a van that had lost all its glory. Shin Long, who had just entered the classroom not long ago, heard everyone's discussion and couldn't help but approach to look at the parking lot. What car are you guys looking at? Is it a BMW? Haha, how embarrassing. My dad didn't drive me to see me off today. He deliberately said these words in front of Isabella. Oh, your family is really outstanding, Shin Long. Isabella replied casually, her eyes fixed on the parking lot from beginning to end. Shin Long was dazed. He seemed to be ignored. This script wasn't right. He asked his dad to drive a BMW to take him to school. Shouldn't his classmates surround him and praise him? Very quickly, Shin Long also couldn't help but follow everyone's gaze towards the school parking lot. When that extremely ostentatious Lamborghini caught his eye, he was dumbfounded. Damn! This is a Lamborghini? Is it a Gallardo? He muttered, this car is probably $3 to $5 million? Gasp, it's really expensive. Very quickly, a classmate added, it's an Aventador. More expensive than a Gallardo. Nearly $10 million, that level of supercar. Hearing this, Shin Long also felt extremely uncomfortable all over. He couldn't help but frown. That's right, there are really too many outstanding people in this world, so, actually, Isabella Vance, you don't need to feel burdened. Chloe Hansen also chimed in. Only such outstanding talents are worthy of our Isabella Vance. As for that Ethan Cole, he should just get out of the way sooner. Alex couldn't help but roll his eyes. I despise you. My Ethan is a high-quality handsome man now. Are you guys still living in a fantasy? Wake up soon. Hearing Alex say this, everyone couldn't help but burst out laughing again, not even bothering to scold him. After all, Ethan Cole? Just a spineless stalker. Just then, someone exclaimed in surprise, let's go, you guys look over there, there's a handsome guy. Only then did everyone look up. Sunlight shone down at the end of the corridor. A tall, slender figure walked out, covered in a layer of golden light, just like a noble young master stepping out of an ancient painting. Even though he was only wearing ordinary clothes, he exuded an otherworldly aura. Sharp brows, bright eyes, his facial features firm yet elegant, a level of looks enough to crush the Havenwood University heartthrob. The crowd held their breath. Damn! This dude is so handsome. When did our Havenwood University have such a top-tier specimen? Exactly, looking for someone? I haven't heard that any classmate in our class knows this kind of handsome guy. Or, a new classmate? A transfer student? Everyone boldly guessed the identity of the person who came. Isabella and her group were stunned. They had met this handsome guy at Golden Flower. He was actually their classmate? Under everyone's attention, I calmly walked up to Alex. What are you standing out there with them for? Come in and sit down, I brought you breakfast. The crowd was dazed. This handsome guy knew Alex? Who was he? Afterward, I led Alex into the classroom, conveniently taking out some breakfast that was luxurious to an inhuman degree. Foie gras sushi. Pre-shelled king crab meat. Braised pork belly with black caviar. Oh my god. Alex's eyes widened when he saw it. Damn. Foster father, you really are. Love, no need to splurge like this for me? Just brought it from home casually, didn't cost anything, I said casually. Many female classmates nearby were stunned when they saw this scene. Is this a tall, rich, handsome guy? Whose family normally eats breakfast like this? Just this one meal alone must be over 1,000. Handsome bro, what's your name? Let's be friends. Class 1, our atmosphere is particularly good. Next time I'll treat you to a meal in the cafeteria, bro. You're so handsome. I think you'll definitely be the next heartthrob. Can we add each other's contact information? Even Isabella couldn't help but follow into the classroom. She, however, was cautious, only standing at the edge of the crowd from afar, occasionally glancing elsewhere, afraid that her aloof and cold image would be broken. Alex began to rejoice secretly. Ah, didn't they all say his Ethan was a stalker? Didn't they belittle his Ethan to nothing? What's happening, family? Why are you guys simping in reverse like this? Alex suddenly had a mischievous idea. First, don't tell these classmates that the person they were simping over was Ethan Cole. Let the bullets fly for a while, let the fun last a little longer. After all, Ethan Cole wasn't just handsome now, he was also the noble owner of a Bugatti. But speaking of supercars. Damn! Alex suddenly felt a burst of annoyance, even the king crab meat in his mouth didn't taste good anymore. Damn, seriously. What kind of world is this? Why can't there be one more rich person like me among so many rich people? You know, this morning another Lamborghini drove into our school. Seriously, why are there so many supercars lately? Truly beastly. I want to die, but I feel like a completely different person deserves to die. No, you're too much too. Whose clean family has a Bugatti? I'm really going to die of anger. Hearing this, the classmates were immediately attracted. What? Bugatti? That's right. I calmly took out the Lamborghini car keys from my pocket and gave them to Alex. This car is yours to play with for 2 days. Stop cursing your father. Alex Baker? Alex Baker? He blinked, constantly looking at the bunch of keys in his hand, and finally let out a heavens in exasperation. Seriously, you really deserve to die. It's not that I don't want to see my brother suffer, nor is it that I don't want to see my brother drive a Land Rover. But brother, don't you drive anything but Land Rovers? Bugatti Veyron. Rolls-Royce Phantom. Now even this Lamborghini Aventador is yours? Damn! The other classmates standing nearby were also dumbfounded. What's the situation? This new handsome guy is not only handsome, but even his car is a Lamborghini. Wait, that Aventador worth several million in the parking lot actually belongs to him? Gasp! These students basically had never seen the world. A car like a Lamborghini was probably the only chance in their lives to see it up close. But now, the owner of this Lamborghini was right in front of them. In an instant, the gazes of the female classmates looking at me gradually became heated. Is this the legendary tall, rich, and handsome guy? Isabella Vance's pupils also contracted, she secretly memorized this character. And Chin Long, standing beside her, had completely collapsed. Today was the first day of school. He had begged his father for a long time to get the new BMW he bought this morning to drive to school. He originally thought he could show off today, but he never expected he would actually become a comparison for a true Be King. Be King equals show off king, I frowned. Why are you still cursing people? Grass. Ethan Cole, seriously, you're such a bastard. Alex couldn't help but groan again. And as this earth-shattering sentence ended, everyone present seemed to be petrified. They looked at me in horror. The man sitting casually on the chair, tall and straight, with an aura like a pine tree. His facial features were as exquisitely carved as a statue, his deep eyes astonishingly beautiful. A gentle breeze blew, ruffling his bangs, and in those starbright eyes, the previous timidity was completely replaced by confident enthusiasm. The crowd could barely breathe. The handsome guy before them, and the owner of the Lamborghini Aventador. It was Ethan Cole? Silence. The entire Havenwood University was silent today. The large classroom was extremely quiet, even a pin drop could be heard. Everyone looked at the scene before them with ashen faces. They felt their faces being slapped repeatedly. The first person to make a sound was Alex Baker. But he couldn't help it, bursting out laughing. Sorry, ha ha ha. This is now the most handsome guy with the highest looks here. The noble owner of the Lamborghini Aventador. He's the one you girls were just shamelessly simping over and asking for contact information. Ha, I'm dying of laughter, you bunch of idiots, does your face hurt? Ha 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 ha. The crowd. Being slapped in the face naturally made their hearts ache like being cut. But being ruthlessly kicked when they were down, that was truly a fatal blow, tearing open the wound. Gasp. The crowd took a deep breath, as if just waking from a dream. Every eye was about to pop out. Don't scare me, this is Ethan Cole? Wow, no wonder I thought he looked familiar just now, although this B guy is really handsome now, I can't stand it. I told you, why didn't I feel anything when Chin Long's dad drove a BMW to see him off today? So it's because Ethan Cole drove a Lamborghini here? I'm crying to death. Lamborghini. Lamborghini. And it's an Aventador. Oh my god, an $8 million supercar, Ethan Cole is actually a genuine young master? Heaven and earth roared, the old servant is on stage. Ethan Cole, you know, we've always been the best classmates. Some classmates who reacted quickly began to flatter. After all, a Lamborghini owner like this, if they met him in real life, they probably wouldn't even have the courage to say hello. But now, this high-level connection was their classmate. Whoever doesn't simp is a fool. But there was still a group of people, represented by Chin Long, who were the face-saving ones. Chin Long originally wanted to rush up and curse me, but forget it. He felt he couldn't be this bird that sticks its head out. What if Ethan Cole really made it big? There was no benefit in offending someone who could drive this kind of supercar. But in his heart, he still felt that these car keys were 80% fake. Compared to Chin Long's state, Isabella was a little disappointed. Why didn't he take the initiative to talk to me? As her deskmate and best friend, Chloe Hansen naturally had to comfort her. She said with a smile, Yao, don't worry. How could Ethan Cole leave you? Making changes is just a trick to attract you. Hearing this, Isabella also felt much more at ease. She paid attention, preparing to ask about my family background later. If I was really rich, then she would suggest I do things far beyond what peers should do, to advance quickly. That way, their lives could be elevated a step further in the future. Just then, teacher Chao Huazhong walked into the classroom, preparing to collect the meaningful work homework. Teacher. Chin Long was the type of student who loved to show off in front of teachers during his school days. When it was his turn to submit his homework, he hurriedly reported in detail the results of his and his group members' labor. This entire summer vacation, we went to clean the streets of Havenwood every day. We believe that protecting the city's hygiene during these short holidays is the most meaningful thing. He submitted a fully filled-out attendance sheet, along with photos of himself and his group members cleaning. Chao Huazhong was a little surprised. Where's Ethan Cole? Why hasn't he clocked in since half a month ago? Oh, Ethan Cole left the group, but after all, everyone is a student. He probably felt it was quite tiring to be exposed to the sun every day. Chin Long said with a smile, his words truly green tea, two-faced. Forget it. Alex rolled his eyes. Who said our Ethan Cole didn't do meaningful work during the summer vacation? I patted Alex on the shoulder and brought my summer homework to Chao Huazhong. Teacher Chao, it's roughly these things. Chao Huazhong was silent for a long time without saying anything. She hurriedly glanced at the homework I submitted, her eyes always lingering on me, as if trying to see through this person. Me, is there a problem? Chin Long, standing beside her, began to gloat. It seemed the homework Ethan Cole completed on his own was nothing special. As a result, Teacher Chao, this handsome classmate, you're not from our class, are you? Ha, you're almost as good-looking as I was when I was young. Chin Long? Me? I smirked. Alright, the meaningful work materials I just gave you don't have photos. The video is in this USB drive. Oh, okay. Chao Huazhong lowered her head and glanced at the homework materials I submitted, then couldn't help but add another sentence, and hey, classmate, let Ethan Cole submit his own homework. Why are you still helping him submit it? Hearing this, the classmates couldn't hold back at all. Ha ha ha. Teacher Chao, he is Ethan Cole. Yes, Ethan Cole is a super handsome guy now. Hearing these words, Chao Huazhong was also dazed. Ha? It took her a long time to digest the fact that I had completely transformed. It's you, Ethan Cole. It seems you've finally started to cherish yourself. Don't neglect your studies in the future either. Hearing these words, my heart was touched. I know. I still remembered teacher Chow Hwajong telling me in my previous life, Ethan Cole, you're not nothing. You not only have excellent grades but can also work part-time. The only thing that needs improvement is just one thing, that is to love yourself more. This sentence had warmed me for decades. Teacher Chow was right. Since I, Ethan Cole, have been reborn, then everything should also be better. I should love myself more, and try to love Victoria. Chin Long, standing beside her, urged again, Teacher, you should still look at the homework Ethan Cole submitted. It's all meaningful work. I'm also very curious how he completed it alone after leaving our group. He said these words naturally with a bit of a lift then kill intention. After all, he felt that his idea of environmental protection, coupled with the effort of sweating all summer vacation, could definitely crush me. Chow Hwajong finally recovered, glanced at the summer homework report I submitted, and as a result, she was stunned as soon as she saw the first line. Sold black stockings and earned 80,000, with a USB video detailing the process, huh? Huh? What kind of thing sells for 80,000 in a week? A summer vacation is only 2 short months. Even Chin Long, standing beside her, saw this line, and his brain immediately froze. Huh? Teacher, is Ethan Cole bragging? How can selling black stockings make so much money? But when the 2 words black stockings came out, Chin Long was suddenly stunned. He had also seen someone selling black stockings recently. I put my hands in my pockets, my calm eyes staring at Chin Long. Sure. First, hire a beautiful young lady maid as a salesperson. Next, give some simple sales skills training. Finally, prepare a Bugatti Veyron. Simple, right? Everyone was silent. After all, the combination of Bugatti plus beautiful maid plus selling black stockings, they had heard of it for a long time. This was recent hot news in Havenwood. Many people were also discussing who that young lady maid was, which rich family's daughter. But now, Ethan Cole actually claimed it was him? This is a bit too much. Everyone clearly didn't believe it. Isabella Vance also widened her eyes. She thought of me bringing the Lamborghini car keys today. Then she thought of what Alex Baker had said before. Ethan Cole was the owner of the Bugatti Veyron. Could it be? Chloe Hansen showed a disdainful look. This Ethan Cole is bragging too much. I admit he's very handsome now, but why is he still the same old him? It's just a trick to attract you, haha yao yao, you're really charming. Chin Long, standing next to Chow Hwajong, was also stunned. It took him a long time to recover. Haha, haha. Teacher, I think the classmates are very curious about Ethan Cole's matter. How about we play the video for everyone to see? Chow Hwajong glanced at Chin Long, an adult who could see through the petty calculations in a child's heart. See what? Chin Long, you continue to help me collect homework. Chin Long's face immediately showed unwillingness. But teacher. If he wants to see it, then let him see it. I leaned back in my chair, my hands behind my head. Teacher Chow, naughty children are like this. If you keep refusing their requests, they'll just keep pestering you. I'll satisfy him. All right then. Chow Hwajong looked at me with an incredibly surprised gaze. How did this child stop acting like a child after just one summer vacation? Chin Long, being called a naughty child, was not in a good mood. But even now, he didn't believe what I said, nor did he believe that Lamborghini key of mine was real. So he took my USB drive and plugged it into the projector. It was just that the moment the video was played, the entire hall fell silent. The video was shot from Alfred's perspective, but I had specifically instructed Alfred that when he edited the video later, he had to cut out the parts where Alex's face was exposed, but that's not important. What's important is that everyone saw the Bugatti Veyron in the video. That's right. It was the one they had seen in the class group chat before. And I was getting out of the passenger seat of that car, seemingly to meet someone. Oh my God. The class group completely exploded. They were so shocked by this scene they couldn't speak. What's the situation? Me, damn. Why is Ethan Cole getting out of the passenger seat of the car? Could it be that Ethan Cole is the legendary young Master Jing? Ah, this. Bugatti Veyron. Damn. Ethan Cole is the noble owner of a Bugatti Veyron? What kind of satisfying novel reversal scene is this? No, but are we annoyed? Are we the supporting characters being slapped in the face? Clearly, everyone was completely uncalm. They looked at me with expressions of shock, envy, and doubt. But there was absolutely no trace of the previous disdain. Xin Long also felt his face being slapped repeatedly. He never expected this slap to come so decisively and thoroughly. As the video continued to play, the scene of me luring the maid was also shown, which was the sales skills training I mentioned earlier. Later, I'll drive you to a crowded place. Your image is a rich young lady experiencing life. Black stockings, $20 a pair. Your target customers are boys, so be a little coquettish, a little cute. In the video, the young lady maid asked doubtfully, but why would boys buy black stockings? Seeing this, the classmates actually had the same question as the young lady maid. That's right. Why would boys buy black stockings? Aren't black stockings worn by girls? This business will definitely be slow. But my subsequent words made everyone fall silent once again. Because what you're selling isn't black stockings, but their fantasy of you. Think about it, a coquettish young lady in black stockings and a maid outfit, driving a multi-million-dollar supercar to sell things on the street. And for those men who want to get closer to you, it only costs $20. The lowest gain is getting the young lady's WeChat. The highest gain, this could even be an opportunity for some people to fantasize about skipping several lifetimes of struggle. Don't you think it's worth it? And then, in the video, the young lady maid followed suit, starting to sell black stockings with her beautiful image and sweet voice. Sure enough, those young men were very happy just to buy a pair of black stockings to get her WeChat. And it was clear that these young men even had the action of looking in the mirror before buying the black stockings. This thought was clearly obvious, thoroughly analyzed by me. The crowd? There's this kind of trick too? Everyone was innocent students who had never stepped into society, never seen this kind of trick. Their attitude towards me immediately changed 180 degrees. Damn, no wonder he can earn $80,000 in a week. This, just by stocking 50 pairs today, he can make $10,000 if they're all sold. Exactly, and it sells very quickly. I remember seeing news these past few days saying this young lady is selling black stockings all over Havenwood. I never expected, she's actually working for Ethan Cole? My eyes are wide open, really, someone pinch me. We're all students, Ethan Cole earns in a week what my dad earns in a year? Don't even mention it, my dad's business isn't even that profitable. Bugatti. Ethan Cole actually has a Bugatti, young Master Jing, may you be auspicious. Not only these classmates, but even Xin Long was dumbfounded. This maid was really hired by Ethan Cole? But what about the supercar? The Bugatti couldn't really belong to Ethan Cole. If he was really that rich, why was he so down and out before? Even having to work part-time to earn money to buy breakfast for Isabella Vance? This car, perhaps Ethan Cole borrowed it? But it was a fact that he earned $80,000 in a week. And this kind of money-making thinking was simply not something a student could come up with. Chao Huazhong also showed a surprised expression. She looked at me with admiration. Very smart, young man. Earning $80,000 in just 1 week is very impressive. But it's a bit lacking in concept. However, winning third prize is no problem. I smirked. There's more to come, teacher. This homework of mine, you've only seen half of it. The rest was the content of me donating books plus the speech, charity plus image building and showing off. In comparison, Xin Long leading the group to sweep the streets was indeed mediocre. It was just that hearing this, Xin Long turned off the video. No more watching. Teacher, you must be very busy on the first day of school, right? Then, you continue with your work. What a joke. The explosive video just now was so powerful and it was only half. If we continue watching, what else could compare? Besides, he had noticed that Isabella Vance was looking at me almost the entire time. When had she ever paid so much attention to this young man before? If the video continued to play, the goddess would really be won over by Ethan Cole. I smiled. Ah, the naughty child is starting to understand things. Laughter rippled through the classroom, and Qin Long's face immediately turned as red as a pig's liver. All right then. Chao Huazhong was about to pull out the USB drive. But unexpectedly, Isabella Vance stood up. Continue playing it. Teacher, I also want to know what classmate Ethan Cole did. She said, biting her lip slightly. After all, we're good friends. I'm also very concerned about his academic situation. I frowned. Good friends? Ah, yes. Only then did Isabella realize, heavens, was she too hasty just now? Why did she admit Ethan Cole was her friend in front of the whole class? But a second later, I said indifferently, you and I are people from two different worlds. To me, you're just a vain, mediocre NPC. I would never be friends with someone like you. Triple kill. Isabella felt like she was choking. She stared wide-eyed in disbelief, unable to believe these were words Ethan Cole would say. She now felt an extreme sense of powerlessness. Because these words, she had said to me countless times before. How can you say that about our Yao Yao? Chloe Hansen was filled with indignation. Do you really think you're so great just because you made a lot of money? The teacher told us to do meaningful work. These days, we in Yao Yao have been working hard sweeping the streets, contributing to society. What you did was only for your own benefit. She originally wanted to say Isabella Vance was the campus queen. How could she not be outstanding? How could she be a mediocre NPC? But then she suddenly thought, if Ethan Cole could really drive a Bugatti Veyron, then for such a rich person, beautiful women by his side would be the minimum standard, right? As long as Ethan Cole wanted, he could even play with female celebrities. In an instant, Chloe Hansen was speechless. The video continued to play, and the subsequent developments made everyone silent. In the video, I then led a group of people to Hope Primary School. It turned out I had spent a full $40,000 buying books, all of which were donated to this primary school. Most importantly, the part where I gave a speech at the school afterward. In the video, I was full of vigor, youthful and handsome. I stood under the warm sunlight, my eyes bright. I was handsome, energetic, sincere. The speech, even more so, moved the hearts of many children below the stage. They admired me immensely. At this moment, even the classmates in the class were moved by me. Ethan Cole seems to have really changed a lot. Good. Ethan Cole is the #1 magician in the country. Look at this transformation, invincible. Aren't we all peers? This wonderful idea of his is really extraordinary. Gasp, I need to replenish my brain. I have to play a few more rounds of King of Glory tonight to relax. He said he doesn't want to just study for exams, huh? He hopes those children can develop independent thinking and self-directed learning abilities? Qin Long was dumbfounded. He never expected Ethan Cole to do so much, and even show off to such an extent. In comparison, his activity of sweeping the streets was indeed dispensable. After all, the places they passed by were basically already clean, and there were already sanitation workers on the streets. But this action of mine would definitely inspire some children. These students from mountainous areas would have more supplementary materials. If they could score a few more points in the college entrance examination because of this, then there would be another student walking out of the mountains. Thinking of these things, he also felt extremely ashamed and hurriedly ran from the podium back to his seat, fleeing. Chao Huazhong couldn't help but applaud. Good, this is really the first time I've seen a student like this. Ethan Cole, you really have a chance to win the special prize. Clap. 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 The classmates below the stage also couldn't help but applaud me from the bottom of their hearts. Having a lot of money only made them admire, character made them respect. Isabella Vance was even more shocked. She never expected the young man she once rejected to be so outstanding. She couldn't help but carefully size me up. The young man now was imposing and handsome, extraordinarily handsome. Every gesture exuded confidence and unrestrainedness, no longer the timid look from before. Facing the attention and applause of the whole class, I was unfazed, as if this was just a trivial matter not worth being proud of to me. For some reason, Isabella Vance suddenly felt a little wronged. Didn't he say he would like me forever? Why did he say such harsh words to me just now? Seeing Isabella Vance sad, Chloe Hansen immediately pointed the spearhead at me. No, Ethan Cole, if you're really that great and extraordinary, why don't you donate all your money? Didn't you earn 80,000? As soon as these words were spoken, the other classmates couldn't help but show dissatisfied expressions towards Chloe Hansen. This kind of person is the most disgusting, questioning why others don't donate more, but she herself doesn't contribute a cent. On what basis does she stand on the moral high ground to criticize those who have made contributions? Alex couldn't stand it anymore. Chloe Hansen, let me tell you, don't think the teacher is here so I don't dare scold you. Can you stop being disgusting? Look at the way everyone is looking at you, so low class. You? Chloe Hansen's face flushed red, and she couldn't help but bite her lip and say, I'm clearly telling the truth. To this, my answer was extremely calm. It's also very normal not to donate everything. I have to work hard to make money, and strive to turn 40,000 into 4 million. The crowd. So arrogant. But I clearly intended to be arrogant to the end. Me, after all, if you don't work hard, you can only be at the mercy of others. None of you sitting here want to only have dirty money and no freedom, right? Pain, so much pain. The crowd? What is this? They also want to live such a life. If you don't work hard, you can only inherit the family's hundreds of millions in assets. If this is called pain, then they all want to die of pain directly. Alex wanted to speak but stopped. Heavens, you scumbag. Your dad just defended you, and as a result, you slapped your dad in the face too. Truly a scumbag. Chloe Hansen was silent, Jean Long was silent, Isabella Vance was even more silent. This suffocation lasted for a whole day. In contrast, Alex and I were in a very good mood all day, and we didn't daze off in class as much as before. After today's classes ended, I stood in the corridor outside the classroom, my hands on the railing, looking at the blue sky and white clouds in the distance, feeling the cool breeze on my face, my heart satisfied yet bewildered. I have truly been reborn. Winning the special prize for meaningful work is no problem. After all, after entering university, most students will slack off in revenge. Summer vacation is just spent playing games. There aren't many people who seriously do this. But I still have to prepare 2 plans. I still have 40,000 on hand. First, think about how to use this money to make money. In this era, selling milk tea is very simple, just add some milk tea powder and pearls. I still remember the golden age of milk tea in my previous life. Brands like Mishua Bingchang, Gumming, Chachin Dao, sprang up like mushrooms, making a fortune. If I upgrade the formula now, and let those milk teas with many toppings from the future appear early. TSK, this is truly a dimensionality reduction blow to ordinary milk tea. It's even equivalent to a max-level boss entering a novice village to slaughter. Making money is absolutely no worry. It's just that now I'm only doing small business, and I don't have the money to launch a first cup of milk tea in autumn type of consumer trend, so pricing it at 10 to 15 yuan is fine. Opening it at the school gate is not bad either. There was an additional announcement from the head teacher in the class group. Tomorrow is the opening ceremony. The chairman of the school board will personally give a speech. Many reporters will be there for live coverage. Everyone, please tidy yourselves up a bit. Hearing this, the classmates immediately complained endlessly. Chairman of the school board? I remember those old guys on the school board always rambling. I get it, my butt will probably be sore from sitting tomorrow. But I heard there's a new female director on the school board. And she's very beautiful, I heard her surname is something, Wen as in gentle. Really? Let's chat. Seeing these messages, I felt emotional. Her possessiveness is truly everywhere. Since I entered this university, Victoria had brought a large sum of money to join the school board, becoming one of the 4 chairmen. How possessive is this? Even if I go to university, I still have to obediently go home to sleep every day. If the CEO of Apex Global, a tycoon princess with tens of billions in assets, really ran to our Havenwood University to give a speech. That scene, TSK. I'm afraid Victoria would not only charm countless young men in their prime, but also mercilessly crush the campus queen Isabella Vance. But my tycoon princess is usually very busy. She is the most self-disciplined person I have ever met. She wakes up at 4 o'clock every morning, runs for half an hour, then does skincare for half an hour, then goes to the group to work from morning till night, until 10 o'clock at night before going to bed. Before going to bed, she also has to spend half an hour reading. Even when traveling abroad on business, it's the same. As long as there are no special circumstances, this schedule is persistently maintained. Victoria probably doesn't have time to participate in this kind of boring speech. By the time I got downstairs, Alfred was already waiting in the parking lot. Seeing me, he still respectfully opened the scissor-style car door with white gloves, then made an invite gesture to me. I once again normally amazed a group of students near the parking lot. By the way, I also slapped Sheen Long, who was secretly following me with a distorted expression. Sheen Long. He originally still held a sliver of hope, feeling that my car keys were fake. I've already gotten in the car. It's even like in a novel, with a butler in a suit helping to open the door and drive. Sheen Long turned around with a dejected face, muttering, "I don't believe it, this car definitely doesn't belong to Ethan Cole. It's rented, or someone else lent it to him. Hoo-hoo, I don't care. I want to go back and use money to have someone investigate whether Ethan Cole is really the car owner." But this action of his only made him get slapped in the face again. Because he would discover that this Aventador, and the Bugatti Veyron in the video, were all registered under my name by Victoria. Legally speaking, they belong to me alone. Rosewood Manor. Today, the weather was surprisingly good. The sunset painted vibrant clouds across the horizon, also kissing the rippling lake surface, teasing the stream until it was tinged with a faint peach pink, like a dream. I sat in the glasshouse playing on my phone. Today, there was a hot topic on the university forum. I clicked on it and found it was about me and Victoria. Hot hashtag manga couple of Havenwood University. Someone took a photo of my and Victoria's backs. In the photo, the two of us walked amidst an urban backdrop, standing out in the sea of people. The woman wore a suit and leather shoes, 1.70 m tall plus 10 cm high heels, her cold and arrogant aura fully displayed. The man was dressed in simple casual clothes, 1.90 m tall, his appearance gentle and refined, his inner world unfathomably deep. Although there was a height difference between the two, the murderous aura on the woman was unparalleled, forcefully crushing everyone in the picture, including the man beside her. The two stood together, a blend of ruthlessness and supreme wisdom, a stark contrast between dusk and dawn. Also a taboo between light and dark. If a painting had to be used to describe the relationship between the two, then, on the surface, it was the woman holding the man's neck with her hand, but that slender, jade-like hand was tightly held by the man. He basically didn't need to use force, and he could make her soften to the point of collapse. They seemed to be a perfect couple that could only appear in manga. Therefore, such a photo exploded on the school forum. I finally know what it means for even a strand of hair to be fatally attractive. She looks so handsome in a suit. I'm crying to death. Not only that, is this figure a 9-head proportion? Invincible. This body proportion can be compared to a supermodel. Oh my god, why didn't you guys take a picture of the front? I'm impressed. I wanted to too. I didn't dare. You'll know when you get in front of her. Her own aura is even stronger, like a big shot who holds the power of life and death. Really scary, me? What's the relationship between her and this guy? Honestly, I think they're a great match. Older sister-younger brother relationship? Damn, top tier. This is even better. The guy isn't bad either, this body proportion, slim waist, white hips, TSK, invincible. Yes, wait for him to graduate, he'll definitely be such a charming suit-wearing scoundrel too. He has a refreshing and moon-like aura, and that one, but these two together look like they really know how to do that kind of thing. Upstairs, why are you talking such nonsense? Are there any sisters opening a pit now? I want to read a novel about them, damn. A certain campus heartthrob, everyone, stop talking. Can someone find out who this guy is? I feel like my position as campus heartthrob is seriously threatened. Crowd, haha. Seeing these messages, I smirked. My Victoria is indeed top tier. She is a fantasy of the human world, even more like a fairy so perfect she's almost impossible to exist. But someone like her was actually willing to go into the kitchen for me, willing to personally take me to school. She's actually very good, right? Thinking about how I was sponsored by Victoria, but later treated her badly, my heart was filled with guilt. Alright then, I'll make it up to her after I make money. These 2 days, I'll research what kind of gifts girls like. Just then, Isabella Vance called. I remembered the outcome of the last time because of this phone call and decisively hung up. She didn't accept my confession. Now that my mind is clear and I'm not pursuing her anymore, she's anxiously calling me every few days? Reborn in this life, I discovered this femme fatale, this poison master, actually has a new skill. It's like the more suppressed it is, the more powerfully it explodes. The phone call didn't go through, so she decisively sent a WeChat message. Isabella Vance, Ethan Cole, can you stop playing hard to get with me? I've already said, as long as you pass my test, I can be with you. Isabella Vance, it's not hard to treat me to bubble tea for a month. Isabella Vance, are you really sure you want to miss out on me? If you miss out on me, it'll be very hard for you to find a girlfriend better than me. Me? What kind of delusional, narcissistic girl is this? She's got some nerve. Literally, have some pancakes. I decisively typed. Go find a mirror and look at yourself. You can even use your own pee to reflect. Get lost, thank you. I decisively blocked Isabella Vance on WeChat, lest that person go crazy again and Victoria sees it. My little brother and I need a break, we really can't take it. Just then. Click. Victoria pushed the door open. Her eyes were tired, her face slightly flushed from alcohol, her weak body almost unable to stand. I stood up, hurriedly throwing my phone away like a hot potato, a little scared. Victoria, I just blocked Isabella Vance. I won't contact her anymore, don't worry. I was prepared to be interrogated. Like last time. But unexpectedly, Victoria now looked exactly like a pitiful, injured little animal. The corners of her eyes were tinged with red, her gaze trembling, her cold voice carrying a hint of grievance. Ethan Cole, I'm in pain. Want a hug? The last 2 words were so soft they were almost inaudible. Victoria, in front of me, leaned weakly against the doorframe. She wore a light brown coat, a white shirt paired with black wide-leg pants underneath, and 10-centimeter high heels. That exquisite face now had no trace of blood, pale to the point of being sickly. Tears welled up in her long, narrow eyes, reflecting my helpless figure. Okay? She mumbled these 2 words again. My heartbeat completely lost control. I rushed forward and hugged Victoria, only then realizing her body temperature was frighteningly high, and she still reeked of alcohol. In my memory, Victoria was always strong and domineering, but now that she had softened, it made my heart feel like it was being squeezed. Victoria, what's wrong with you? Assistant Chi Xianbin, seeing this scene, was instantly dumbfounded. Don't do this. Just a few minutes ago, CEO Warren was acting like nothing was wrong, walking on 10-centimeter high heels as if on flat ground, running out of the glasshouse. Even still exuding an overwhelming aura, decisive and powerful. But what about now? CEO Warren, what kind of trick are you playing? CEO Warren, are you sick? CEO Warren, this time the illness is really serious. He couldn't help but ask, CEO Warren, weren't you just not? Before he could finish, Victoria, who was gentle and harmless in my arms, suddenly shot him a sharp glare. Chi Xianbin. He resigned himself to his fate. Only then did Chi Xianbin answer my previous question. Today, CEO Warren went to a seaside music restaurant for a business dinner, but the wind was too strong. She probably caught a cold. She wouldn't let anyone touch her, and insisted on getting out of the car and walking in by herself. Ethan Cole, you have to take good care of her. I'll go make some cold medicine for CEO Warren. After speaking, he disappeared like a wisp of smoke. I placed Victoria on the sofa and covered her with a small blanket. Do you have a fever? Does your head hurt a lot? Victoria groaned softly. Just then, Chi Xianbin came over with a cup of prepared cold medicine. He brought it to Victoria's side. CEO Warren, please drink your medicine. Victoria turned her head away. No, what if it's poisoned? Chi Xianbin. CEO Warren, stop messing around. You acting like this really doesn't feel harmonious at all. Is this pretty boy really worthy of you humbling yourself like this? Seeing this, I took the cup from Chi Xianbin's hand. Victoria, shall I feed you? Chi Xianbin tooted. Forget it, Ethan Cole. How long have you known our CEO Warren? I've been with CEO Warren for 10 years, and she still doesn't trust me. Because of this, he had witnessed firsthand how the tycoon Princess Victoria had been poisoned and assassinated countless times since she was young, even betrayed by her closest relatives. She basically didn't trust anyone in this world. Naturally, that included me, this ungrateful white-eyed wolf. But what about Victoria? As soon as she heard me speak, she obediently turned back. Drink. Chi Xianbin looked like he had seen a ghost. Him? Even I was a little surprised. While feeding Victoria, I said, Victoria, aren't you afraid I'll poison you? Hearing this, Victoria's seemingly innocent, drunken eyes flashed with a coquettish, morbid smile. She stared at me, a blink feeling like 10,000 years. If you want to kill me, you don't need to do it yourself. I'm very obedient. Me? Are you kidding? I don't believe it. And I didn't dare nod. Seeing this scene, Chi Xianbin finally completely collapsed. He turned around, intending to leave. Alfred asked with a smile, what's wrong? Chi Xianbin, my eyes aren't good. I can't watch science fiction movies. I'm out. Alfred suppressed his laughter like crazy. I looked up into the distance and saw that it was gradually getting dark, so I picked Victoria up. Shall I take you back to your room? Victoria leaned into my arms, her voice even softer. Stay with me. I suddenly felt a little amused. How could I dare say no? But honestly, her like this was really cute. So for the first time, I proactively stayed to sleep with Victoria for a night. I hugged the slightly curled-up woman from behind, feeling her bird-like reliance, my heart feeling like a stone had been thrown into a lake, creating ripples. Ethan Cole, Victoria said softly. My head doesn't hurt, but I'm still not sober. I was stunned. What's wrong? Victoria finally revealed the fangs of a predator. She turned around, her hot breath fanning my ear. Actually, I don't want to be sober. The hot, moist sensation on my earlobe made my soul tremble. Like a numbing electric current coursing through my body, pulling my heart down with it, my whole body numb. I groaned softly, tightening my grip on Victoria's small waist. I don't understand what you're saying, but... Want it? Victoria, She added another sentence. Not too long. I have to go to your school to give a speech tomorrow. I was startled. I already said, why is there such a big battle tomorrow? But the problem is, does Victoria really want to go? Why? Isn't she busy enough lately? It couldn't be because of me. Focus. I don't allow you to be distracted. Before I could react, I was completely enveloped by the woman's passionate kiss. She turned over and pressed me underneath, her hands interlaced with mine. The snow-like moonlight fell into the room, illuminating the woman's exquisite face, as if sprinkling snowflakes on her hair. In those amber eyes, a love as deep as the sea surged. Ethan Cole, you can only be underneath. And, if you dare run again, I'll kill you. As soon as she finished speaking, it was another bout of extreme, sinking/indulgent, intimacy. I once again couldn't hold on. Me. I thought Victoria had changed her personality, become soft. Now it seems I was baited. This woman. Despicable Yandere. Emotional scammer. Late at night. Isabella Vance lay awake all night in the dormitory. She stared at her blocked WeChat notification, dazed as if petrified. When her mother, Wang Lanfang, called, Isabella was still in that state, so she anxiously asked, Yao Yao, what happened? Only then did Isabella cry and recount the recent events. It's like this. Mom, tell me why. Could it be that he doesn't like me anymore because he became handsome? Are all men like this, they become bad when they have money? He seems to have found someone else as a girlfriend, but his girlfriend definitely isn't as beautiful as me. I'm really sad, Mom. Some people are just like that. They know they're materialistic, and they know they're not good people. But these things don't stop them from feeling wronged and self-pitying in relationships. After hearing her daughter's words, Wang Lanfang couldn't help but ask, Yao Yao, do you like Ethan Cole? Ha? Isabella's brain froze. I don't like that kind of person at all. Yao Yao, you're my daughter. How could I not understand you? Wang Lanfang smiled gently. Her daughter's current state was loving without knowing it. People's hearts aren't made of stone. He treated you very well before, and now he's become handsome and outstanding. Of course, you'll like him. Since you can't bear to, then you can actually keep him. Hearing these words, Isabella was stunned. She indeed hoped Ethan Cole could treat her as well as before, and she certainly didn't want Ethan Cole to date someone else. But, is it still possible? Wang Lanfang nodded. Of course, my daughter is so beautiful, so outstanding. Ethan Cole once liked you, it will be very difficult for him to like ordinary people again. Finally, Isabella Vance made up her mind. She wanted to change, to win Ethan Cole back. He could only be good to her alone. The next day, I arrived at school very early. Alfred drove, carefully explaining to me, Mr. Cole, CEO Warren has a meeting at the group early in the morning. Her schedule for the whole day today is very packed, so she will probably try to come to Havenwood University tonight. I understood. Only then did I ask Alfred, oh right, Uncle Lou, please do me a favor. Help me ask if there are any urban management teams near the school. If so, what time do they patrol? Why are you asking this? Guess. I smiled. Seeing me like this, Alfred actually felt a bit expectant. Honestly. Last time, Ethan Cole's bold idea of having his best friend dress as a girl to sell black stockings, he still remembered it vividly. He didn't know when, but Alfred found that his view of me had also changed a lot. Before, he only regarded me as someone CEO Warren liked, so he would take care of me out of love for her. But now, he had gradually begun to pay attention to me, an independent individual, and the advantages I possessed. This time, what kind of eye-opening trick was I planning to pull? Early morning in Havenwood was full of life. In this city, people were everywhere, striving for their livelihoods. Students were the earliest to arrive at the battlefield. Most of them, wanting to sleep a few more minutes in the morning, ate breakfast while walking. Following closely behind were the figures of office workers, squeezing onto buses and subways. I had arrived at Havenwood University. Not long after I entered the school, I ran into my best friend, Alex Baker. After Alex greeted me, he said with a serious face, Ethan, let me tell you a principle, a good horse doesn't eat old grass. You've finally come to your senses with great difficulty, and you've successfully transformed. But if you soften your heart today, I will absolutely despise you. I was a little surprised. What's wrong? You'll know when you get there. That Isabella Vance will definitely cause trouble today. She was already making a fuss in the group chat yesterday. Ah, not interested. How disgusting. No, I can't hold it in, I have to tell you. Last night in the group chat, she used moral blackmail, saying she cherishes you, this friend, wants to keep you and reconcile with you. She also told you to cherish the person in front of you, saying if you miss her, you might not find such a good best friend again. Let's go. I understood. I already said, why didn't I pay attention to this matter? It seems that since Victoria came home yesterday, I haven't touched my phone. Victoria is usually decisive and ruthless, and her mind is as deep as an abyss. As a result, after coming home yesterday, she was like a pitiful, injured little animal, whimpering and coquettishly asking me for a hug. Who could resist that? Although this was just another despicable trick of a Yandere to train me. But I liked it very much. So, how could I still like Isabella Vance? If she likes to make trouble, then let her. Just don't affect the school board chairman's speech later, I said indifferently. Alex Baker, huh? Why? Do you know the chairman of the school board? I smirked. Victoria and I are more than just acquaintances. Afterward, Alex and I walked to the classroom door. As soon as the classmates saw us, they started to get noisy. Ooh. Alex silently raised his middle finger. I, however, acted as if nothing had happened, calmly returned to my seat, and prepared my lessons. Ethan Cole. Isabella Vance was ignored again. She bit her lip tightly, her helpless eyes looking truly pitiful.